Hi everyone, my name is Annabelle and I'm a therapist at CAPS. This is my cat Rupert. He's going to be joining us. Fun fact about me, I'm also a massage therapist. So I have a lot of passion for not just emotional well-being but physical well-being and how those two elements of the self really intertwine and affect each other. So today we are going to be talking about diving into relaxation, focusing on the piriformis. And I'll tell you what the piriformis is. The piriformis is a muscle, I'll give you a visual, in our glutes, and it goes diagonally across the glutes. And why we're talking about that is because we've all been doing a lot of sitting lately. So we've been physically sitting a lot, and I can imagine, I know personally, feeling a lot of stuckness or frozenness and a lot of other areas in my life too. Things just feel kind of at a standstill. And so what we're going to do today is physically address that by stretching the muscles around the piriformis, stretching the piriformis itself, and then using either a tennis ball or a lacrosse ball if you want to get advanced, and to target areas of tension in that muscle, okay? So follow along with me. I know I need this just as much as anyone else, so I'm going to be doing this for my well-being as well. So the first thing we are going to do again is stretch the muscles around the piriformis, which include hamstrings, the backs of the legs. Let's see if I'll have enough room to do this here. And I encourage you to be gentle with yourself as you're doing this, especially if you're not used to stretching or moving your body like this. Take it at your pace and don't go further than your body's telling you to go. So open your legs to a narrow or medium or wide V, depending on how flexible you are, looking kind of like this. And just kind of tilt your body forward, your torso forward. And you should feel the backs of your legs engaged and the hamstrings feel a little taut. And so once you find your sweet spot, stay there and breathe through the tension. For me, I'm gonna go a little bit further, putting my hands on the ground. Maybe take your elbows a little closer to the ground, depending how flexible you are. And once you find that tension to where it kind of feels good, kind of feels a little uncomfortable, just stay there and breathe. Maybe breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, and just keep doing that, breathing in and breathing out. Maybe visualizing sending that breath right into your hamstrings. And just settling in. We're going to stay here for a few more breaths. Maybe as your muscles are warming up, you sink a little bit deeper into your stretch. Maybe take your chest a little closer to the carpet. And just breathe. Okay. On the bottom of your next exhale, go ahead and prop yourself back up if you're not already in this position. And I encourage you to help your legs out of this position if you're stretching. So go a little bit above the knee, under the thigh, and lift up your leg. Give yourself a little help here. And then once both legs are up, you're going to lay on your back. This is where we're going to specifically target that diagonal muscle, the piriformis, in your back side, okay? So go ahead and lay on your back. And take your right ankle over your left knee. Just not right on the knee, a little above it. Then you're going to take your knees and bring them towards your chest like this. This is step one. Step two is to lean over to the left, and you're going to feel it start to activate in your glutes where that piriformis is, and find your sweet spot. Oh, that feels good. And once you find that spot, breathe again. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And do it again. sending that breath right to the piriformis. Envision it stretching and getting the well-deserved break that it needs. Do a few more breaths here. And at the bottom of that exhale, come back to center and untwist your legs. And we're going to switch sides. So you're going to place your left ankle over above your knee. Bring your knees close to your chest, and then gradually lean over to the right with your legs until you find, there it is, that your piriformis is activated. And you might feel a little tightness in your glutes, and that's good, just as long as it doesn't feel too uncomfortable. And again, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, and keep breathing in. And breathing out. Keep breathing. Breathing into that piriformis and letting it out. And eventually bringing your body back to center, untwisting your legs. And I'm gonna stay on the floor for now. And I'm gonna grab my lacrosse ball. I like a lacrosse ball because it's a little bit firmer than a tennis ball, but a tennis ball will work as well. So what we're going to do, and again, take it slow. I don't want this to be a wildly uncomfortable experience, but this will be a little more intense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in a laying position. I'm going to lift my glutes up, put the lacrosse ball right under my glutes, and I'm going to rest back down to the floor. And I encourage you to just roll around on this ball until you find a spot of tension, a place that feels a little bit tender. And the piriformis will probably be on this side toward a little bit up. So I'm not like down here, I'm a little up here. And I will say, once you find it, you will probably, there it is, feel your muscles twitch a little bit. This is normal. It means you've hit either a trigger point or the starting point of that muscle. And you're gonna feel it shake and twitch. And just ride it out. Breathe. If you lose it, continue to search around for a spot that feels extra tense, and you'll feel this release once that tennis ball or lacrosse ball finds that spot, and breathe into that spot. And you can stay here for as long as it still feels effective and good. And then of course you can do it on the other side. Oh my goodness. He really wants to say hi. So those are just 3 things you can do. Stretch, okay, come here. Stretch your hamstring, roll on your back and stretch your glutes, and it will get your piriformis involved and stretched. And then take a tennis or a lacrosse ball, lay on your back and place it under your glutes, and find a place that feels extra sensitive or tender, and let it kind of help you release those areas of tension. I encourage you to make this part of your daily practice and kind of make a meditation out of it, which simply means paying attention on purpose without judgment to how your body is responding. Our bodies have gone through a lot the past few weeks, and I encourage you to give it some extra tender, loving care, especially the piriformis. All right, that's it for me. Wishing all of you a great rest of your day or night whenever you're watching this. Sending love and peace your way.